Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and really deliver the essential insights you need fast.
Looking forward to it.
Today we're diving into a topic that's, well, it's profoundly reshaping how we work, how we lead, maybe even how we think. Applied AI.
hmm
But we're taking a pretty unique angle. We're looking at it through the lens of the U.S. Army, an organization known for strategic thinking, operating under intense pressure. How are they grappling with AI?
It's a fascinating case study, definitely.
Our mission today, pretty straightforward. We want to pull out critical insights on integrating AI effectively, making smarter decisions, and honestly, even boosting your own personal productivity.
Yeah, drawing lessons from a high-stakes environment.
Exactly. We've got some interesting sources, an executive summary for senior generals, a lesson plan for Army officers, and a guide to some powerful AI prompting frameworks.
It's a good mix.
And this isn't just about military tactics. Think of it as a shortcut for you to figure out how to harness AI thoughtfully, critically, really in any field. Avoid that info overload. Find some maybe surprising insights.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's unpack this. The speed of AI adoption. It's really quite amazing, isn't it?
Astonishing, yeah.
Our sources point to this stat. April 2025, over 40% of American workers have used AI at work. That's a huge jump.
A really sharp increase.
And it's everywhere, right? Marketing, journalism, law, finance. So this rapid uptake, it feels like more than just a trend. What does that making AI work summary really hammer home as the core risk for those not adapting? Individuals, organizations.
Well, it's a seismic shift, you're right. And that summary, it's incredibly clear. It basically says the main risk isn't AI replacing people.
Okay.
The real danger is that organizations, and individuals too, who don't adapt quickly and thoughtfully, they're just going to fall behind. Simple as that.
Oh, mine.
Yeah, think about it. The early adopters, they're not just getting a small edge. They're already seeing real boosts in productivity and innovation.
Yeah.
That gap, it's widening fast.
What do you think are the biggest, maybe internal hurdles for organizations making that leap, especially with, cultural change?
That's a great question. And often it's not the technology itself. It's inertia, right? That we've always done it this way, thinking.
Right. Which actually leads perfectly into how the Army seems to be tackling it. The sources talk about these three crucial pillars for effective AI integration: leadership, lab, and crowd.
A structured approach.
Let's start with leadership. Senior leaders, it seems, aren't just giving AI a nod. They're setting a clear, proactive vision, like really guiding which tasks AI handles, the routine stuff, data analysis, repetitive work,
Right.
and which things absolutely must stay human. Judgment calls, ethical decisions, creative thinking.
That clear distinction is key.
It feels very different from those passive, oh, use AI if you feel like it approaches, which, let's be honest, often just fizzle out.
They don't just fizzle out. They can actually cause confusion, maybe even resentment. If leaders aren't clear, teams are left guessing. It leads to wasted effort or, people just avoiding the tech altogether.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And, if we connect this to the bigger picture, AI isn't just another tool you plug in. It fundamentally reshapes workflows, job roles, the whole organizational culture.
Right.
So leaders have to actively drive that cultural shift, set new norms, make sure that managing the machine becomes a core skill for everyone, not just the tech folks. It's a mindset shift.
Okay, so leadership sets the vision, drives the culture. Where do the actual ideas get tested? Where's the sandbox? That sounds like the lab pillar.
Exactly, the lab.
These structured environments, they call them safe-to-fail labs, pilot programs, maybe innovation sprints, places to experiment with AI, learn quickly from what doesn't work, and iterate fast. In a high-stakes place like the military, why is that safe-to-fail idea so vital? What's your take?
Oh, it's absolutely critical. It fundamentally de-risks innovation. Think about it in any critical field, defense, medicine, whatever.
Yeah.
You just can't afford big, uncontrolled failures out in the wild.
True.
A safe-to-fail lab lets you experiment in a contained way. Lessons from mistakes. They get captured, fed right back into the process. It builds a culture of learning, of continuous improvement, instead of paralyzing fear of risk.
Building that adaptation muscle.
Exactly. Building muscle memory for adaptation. And that leads quite nicely into the third pillar, the crowd.
Ah, the crowd. Okay, so this pillar stresses broad participation. Sounds straightforward, but how important is it really to, democratize AI integration?
It seems incredibly important based on the sources.
Yeah, they show successful AI adoption relies on harnessing insights from the entire workforce. Everyone, not just the specialists. This crowd approach helps find unexpected uses, speeds up learning for everybody.
It's incredibly critical. If you just keep AI siloed with a small tech group, you totally miss out on the ground truth. The insights from people who actually know the daily operational challenges inside out.
The people doing the work.
Exactly. They're often the best ones to spot where AI can genuinely help streamline things. And often, they're the most creative in finding new ways to use it. So it's not just top-down, it has to be bottom-up too. Ideas flowing both ways.
Leadership, lab, crowd. Got it.
These three together, they ensure AI isn't just, adopted on paper, but actually integrated and optimized. And this raises a key question for you listening. How could these pillars, leadership, lab, crowd, apply in your team or even just your personal workflow to make things more innovative, more adaptive?
Good question. Okay, let's get even more practical now. What does this mean for, your daily interactions with AI? The sources talk about this really interesting concept taught to Army officers. The human-AI relationship. HARE, for short.
CARE, right?
It's presented as like a foundational idea. So what makes for a good HARE day in this context?
Well, a good HARE day, so to speak, means a relationship that's like any good long-term human partnership. It needs to be intentional, mutually supportive, beneficial for both sides.
Okay.
Accountable, documented, definitely adding value, and based on clear two-way communication. It's about building a real partnership where both sides know their roles.
Partnership. I like that framing.
And this leads to the three use cases the Army outlines. Human alone, human plus AI partnership, and AI alone.
Right.
Now that human plus AI partnership, that's strongly encouraged for efficiency, effectiveness. Yeah. But they rightly caution against just handing over the reins for AI alone situations, especially, for critical decisions.
That makes total sense. You need that human oversight. And underpinning all this, the sources call prompt engineering a central skill.
Right.
For military leaders, it's about using AI for strategy, efficiency, mission outcomes. For any of us, it's really about getting the AI to do exactly what we want and do it well. Yeah. It's not coding, it's communication.
Right. Precisely. And this lesson, though it was designed for Army leaders, it's explicitly not just for tech specialists. It's about understanding and applying AI for anyone who leads, manages, or just works alongside it.
So accessible.
Yes, it's about giving you the power, the agency to direct and collaborate with AI effectively, making sure it serves your goals, enhances your abilities, rather than you just kind of reacting to whatever it spits out.
Right.
It's about knowing the language to talk to the machine.
Right.
Making it a powerful extension of your own mind.
Okay, building on that, defining the partnership, mastering the communication, let's look at how we make those AI conversations really precise. Our sources detail some incredibly useful prompting frameworks, like structured templates. They come from that 7 Frameworks for Optimizing AI-Driven Solutions guide, and they're designed for different challenges, different domains, aiming to optimize AI responses, make them efficient, precise. What's the basic win of using a structure like that with AI?
The fundamental benefit, it's moving away from vague requests towards actionable, high-quality results. Think of it maybe like a chef giving super specific instructions to their sous chef instead of just saying, make something tasty.
Okay, yeah.
These frameworks, they force you to define everything up front, the context, the goal, the constraints, the steps. That precision before you even hit go saves so much time fixing things later. It ensures the AI's output is almost like pre-vetted because you put the thought in first.
Front-loading the intelligence into the prompt. I like that.
Exactly.
Okay, let's touch on a few. First, COAST. That's context, objective, action, scenario, task. Sounds great for curriculum development.
Yes, very structured.
Like imagine needing to create a high school STEM coding course. For 15, 16-year-olds, mixed math skills need a detailed outline. You use COAST to feed the AI all those details. The learners, the goal, the steps, classroom reality, the exact thing you need back.
It builds a precise path to the learning outcomes.
Right, efficient, relevant, no fluff.
And what I like about COAST is how it forces you to think about the why and the who before the what. So the curriculum isn't just technically correct, it's actually pedagogically sound for that specific group. Structure guiding creativity.
Makes sense. Now for more complex planning, maybe strategy. There's ROSES, role, objective, scenario, expected solution, steps. The sources say this mirrors the military decision-making process, the MDMP. Can you unpack that a bit? How does ROSES help?
Sure. MDMP, the military decision-making process, it's a very disciplined, iterative planning method. Yeah. Military staffs use it to analyze situations, develop different options, courses of action or COAs, and then make a recommendation. It's systematic.
Okay.
Roses essentially takes that rigorous process and turns it into an AI prompt structure. So say an Army officer planning to secure a bridge, they'd use Roses to make sure the AI looks at the mission from the right viewpoint, considers all the factors, the scenario details, and then outputs a structured plan, a COA, that's basically ready to go.
Ready to roll.
Exactly. But, its usefulness isn't just military. Imagine applying that kind of disciplined step-by-step thinking to a complex business strategy or a crisis plan or any big project where you need a really solid defensible plan.
Bringing military rigor to any complex planning, that's really potent.
Very much so.
And there are others too, right? Rise for data analysis role, input steps, expectation, like giving the AI a lab coat and clear instructions to crunch the numbers accurately.
Focused execution.
Spark for policy analysis, situation, problem, aspiration, results, Kismet. Sounds like it handles complex factors like budgets, public opinion.
Good for those multifaceted problems.
And frame focus, rigor, arrangement, mechanics, evaluation. For assessing writing. Turns it into a structured analysis, looking at arguments, evidence, flow, even trying to mitigate bias.
Yeah, frame isn't just grading. It's about developing stronger analytical writing by giving structured feedback.
So if we zoom out, what's the big picture here with these frameworks?
Well, the big picture is that these frameworks are potential game changers. They allow for incredibly precise, structured conversations with AI. They turn fuzzy ideas into concrete, high-quality outputs across really an amazing range of fields.
Right.
Curriculum, data,
Yeah.
strategy, policy, writing. And what's great is the guide encourages users to experiment. Tweak these frameworks, modify them for your own specific needs. It's about empowering you through structure. You're the architect of how useful the AI is.
Okay, empowerment through structure. Now let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the human side, the potential roadblocks. Our sources had this fascinating part where AI predicted what Army officers would likely discuss when first grappling with this tech.
Ah, yes. Predicting the human reaction.
Specifically officers, ages 7 to 35, diverse backgrounds, 8-12 years in the field. What does this prediction tell us about, well, human nature when facing disruptive tech like AI, really in any context?
I think it tells us that skepticism, pragmatism, and a deep concern for human judgment are pretty universal reactions. The AI predicted, and I quote, a robust, critical, and pragmatic discussion, balancing the potential with a healthy dose of wariness.
Makes sense.
And this perspective is vital for anyone, anywhere, trying to integrate AI responsibly. The predicted concerns, they included skepticism about the AI hype. Is this really a silver bullet or just another trend that'll fade?
Been there.
Right. Then strong concerns about trust, reliability, and risk, especially with AI black boxes not knowing how it decides things. Worries about errors, about adversaries manipulating the AI, especially in high-stakes situations.
And that age-old debate, human judgment versus automation, that came up too?
Oh, absolutely. Strong opinions predicted on what decisions must stay. Human ethical choices, lethal force, command decisions versus where automation might be okay. It highlights that constant tension we all feel, delegating things to machines. They also foresaw skepticism about change management and bureaucracy. Doubts about the organizations, in this case the Army's, ability to adapt quickly because of, institutional inertia. Big organizations move slowly sometimes.
It's always a challenge.
And finally, big concerns around ethics, security, and adversary use. Questions about AI and warfare, accountability if things go wrong, civilian harm, and, crucially, what are adversaries doing with the same tech?
Wow, those are really profound points. It really underscores that it's not just about the technology itself.
Not at all.
It's so much about addressing the human worries, the ethical angles, the real-world organizational hurdles every institution faces. What's kind of mind-bending is the AI predicting the human reaction so accurately.
It really highlights that successful AI adoption isn't just a technical puzzle to solve. It's deeply human, it's organizational, it's even philosophical. These predicted discussions show that balancing enthusiasm with sharp critical thinking and proactively tackling concerns about trust, control, purpose, that's going to be absolutely essential for anyone in any field hoping to really harness AI well.
So quite a journey today. We've seen the undeniable urgency of AI adoption pretty much everywhere. We've explored those 3 key pillars for integrating it successfully: clear leadership, safe lab environments, and engaging the whole crowd.
The framework.
We also touched on foundational ideas for that human-AI partnership thinking about hair. And maybe most practically, we looked at those powerful prompting frameworks: COAST, ROSES, RISE, SPARK, FRAME. Tools to make AI interactions precise, impactful for all sorts of tasks.
Giving you the controls.
Exactly. And finally, we didn't shy away from the critical human concerns, trust, judgment, bureaucracy that any thoughtful AI integration has to face head-on.
You know, what we've explored today really underscores that AI isn't just another tool. It's more like a collaborator.
Yeah.
One that demands real intentionality from us and critical thought.
And a collaborator, that's a good way to put it.
So as you reflect on all this, maybe consider, in your own work, your own life, where are you still operating in that human alone mode, where actually a thoughtful human plus AI partnership could make a real difference? And then, what specific framework, what approach could you maybe adopt to make that collaboration more precise, more effective? Well, always making sure human judgment, that vital human element, stays firmly in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. The future isn't AI replacing us, it's us learning how to work with it. Smarter, more intentionally, more precisely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and we'll see you next time.